Hi, this is Ed from NBO Software, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can select objects on your map, how to manipulate them, and how to zoom in and out on your map. So let's throw a landmass on the map. Now you've seen before you can use the pointer tool to select an object and move it around. But what if you have more than one object? So we'll throw another one on there. You can select both by selecting the first and holding the Shift key down, and while you hold the Shift key, select the second. Now you can see both objects are selected. And once they're both selected, you can move them around together. Any color changes, for example, to the color, are applied to both. Another way of selecting multiple objects is using the area select. And you can do that by simply dragging out a region and releasing. And any object that is within that area is selected. Now this is very useful for those hard to select objects, very small ones, objects that might be overlapping. It'll allow you to select everything that falls within the region. Now once you have an object selected, what can you do with them? Well, there's a lot of different things you can do. For example, if you wanted to scale this landmass smaller, you can select one of the handles, hold the Shift key down, and drag it closer to the center, and you can see it makes it smaller. Conversely, you can select a handle and drag it away from the center of the object, and it'll make it bigger. You can also rotate an object. You can do that using the rotation tool. You simply click outside of the object and move your mouse around, and you can see that it rotates. Now, if you don't like the rotation or one of the changes you've made, it's easy to undo it. You simply go to Edit and Undo, and it'll bring you back to where you were. Now you can also rotate and scale to fixed numbers. So if you want to scale up an object by a fixed percentage, we can go to Actions, Scale, and then you can type in 150 and 150 to make it 150% the size that it was before. You can also rotate an object to a specific angle. And now you can see the object is rotated at 45 degrees, and there's a rotation indicator up here. Now there's a bunch of different actions which we're not going to go over all of them in the tutorial, but you can play around with them and experiment with them. Now let's say you want to zoom in on your map. Well, you use the zoom tool. And you click, and as you click on the map, you'll see that you can zoom in. You can also drag out an area of interest by holding the mouse down and then dragging out a rectangle, and it'll zoom in into the area that you selected. So let's draw a river. And we'll just decrease the fractal factor on that a little bit. Now, if you want to zoom back, you select the zoom tool and right click, and it'll zoom you back to the level that you were before. Now the way Fractal Mapper zooming works is the first right click zooms you back to your previous zoom level. The second right click will zoom you back so the entire map fits within the screen. Now here you can see that we've actually been editing just a small portion of a much larger map. But we can zoom right back in on the area we were changing. And there's the objects we were working with. So this should get you started mapping and changing objects, and let you experiment around with different features found in Fractal Mapper.